When it's all said and
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of. Starting the action off with some fireballs. Who's going to break the silence first? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? What are they thinking here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Knockdown. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Does a good job of pushing back. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. There's an overdrive shorty. This is the range where things get messy. And drive rush to keep it going. Get some. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
round 2. Fight.
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Our fighters got up close and personal last round and really took it to each other. Let's see if they can keep up the pressure. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. A quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Zones with the fireball. Duke springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Jumps, knockdown, and... Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. What'll happen here? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 2, holding, denied! Keeps cool and locks them out. The low. In attack range. Either fighter can use drive and back misses. Round 7 waiting for this opening. Closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with the fireball. This can lead to some big damage. Dashes. That last round was all about close quarters combat. They really took it to each other. Plenty of health, full gauges. Let's go. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Amazing. Gets the side switch. Getting cross super hard incoming.
Come on. It's time
Gets
to
to
trade.
the side hole. You better not win because this boy's quicker than a freaking hiccup. Player 1 needs to take... Ooh, what a smart throw. This comes hard. I can't believe it. Oh, there's a flatlines there. Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that comeback. Shows the medium kick. The last round could have gone either way, and now we have ourselves a real match. Anything can happen, so expect the unexpected. Who's gonna make a move? Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Not a perfect parry, but I'll take it. Player 2 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. They need to make good use of the gauge without emptying it. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. All that effort for so little payoff. Scrapping it out up close. Knockdown. Checks with a medium kick. Experiencing burnout. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Burnout activate in there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Checks them with the projectile. Player 1 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Scrapping it out up close. There's an overdrive shorty. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Both fighters planning something? They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first? There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. In with the luminous. Player 2 closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The drive impact doesn't work. Jumps in. Still slugging it out at this range. That last round could have gone either way. They can't get some. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably change of plans. Going in. Overdrive arrow kick. Oh, here we go. Player 2 has a big drive gauge. Genius read with that throw escape. Close range projectile. Both are in with the luminous. Catches them out. Both sides getting ready. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Oh, what's this? Who's coming out on top? Gut punch ransom. They are taking this to the absolute slips in the drive impact.
Jamie.
Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Scuffle. Both sides are really vying for dominance. We're in for one hell of a dance. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Neither of them willing to back off here. Feeling out the spacing. Holds out with the block. Gets the counter hit throw. Life lead opens up. Anything could happen here. Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Gets him. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Checks them with the projectile. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Seeing how that round wound up very close, how will both sides tackle the next? Medium kick, scrapping it out up close. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Going in? They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Doing some quick planning? Jumps up. Gets out of there with the back dash. Rushes that off and keeps going. Still slugging it out at this range. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner. Raw super hard incoming. Burns the bar for breaking. Player 2, we've gotta do better than that. Oh, drives and back misses. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Great job in escaping that corner. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Both hurting for some drive gauge. Closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Cross that off. Scrapping it out up close. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. In with the luminous. Anti-air in the front. What now? Player 1 has a big drive gauge lead. We're betting it all on the drive rush. These guys are not giving each other any time to breathe. Amazing! They're willing to risk it for the overdrive. Plenty of health, full gauges, let's go. Player 2 with the rhythm, owning that space. Getting up close and press, nothing stops this train. They're sitting on their meter for this super hard. Is it over? Will they survive?
Terrible. Just too slow.
Oh, we're not done here. medium poke. It is over. Player 2 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match had it all. What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Who's gonna make a move? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. What's the play here? Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner, backs them into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Oh, easy tech. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Trying to read each other here? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Anything could happen here. Life lead opens up. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can intercept. Slick anti-air finish. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Shows a medium kick. Time's the only thing moving here. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Shoots off a fireball up close. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Get out of there with the backdash. Both fighters planning something? Dashes up. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Are we going to see a comeback? Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 2 is in a very good spot. In with the Luminous. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Shows the medium kick, gets the jump in. Whew, that last round went right down to the wire. We don't know who's going to win, but with both fighters evenly matched, any small mistake is going to end up being costly. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. Who's gonna make a move? Finds the time to squeeze in a butt. Starts off zoning with fireballs. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Takes a trip. Slips the grab. You've gotta be mine. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. They need to rely on their instincts here. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening. In there! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Who's going to start things off? Time's the only thing moving here. Seeing how that round wound up very close, how will both sides tackle the next? You've got to be careful not to whip at this range. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Goes forward with a gut punch. Throws a fireball. Still slugging it out at this range. Getting tipsy with the devil inside. Jump in with the Luminous. Gets out of there with the best change of plans. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. But this is gonna hurt. Pumps the brakes on the medium kick. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Going Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. That last round could have gone either way. They can't get sloppy. Hits them in their gut. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Oh, could be the start of something. Dashes up. Going on the offensive? Fires off an overdrive arrow. Both sides getting ready. Player 2 is dangerously close to running out of drop. In with the Luminous. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Dangerous range here. Boots him and takes a swing. The drive impact doesn't work. Solar plexus strike.